All right, so raise your hand if you've never bled your Harbor Freight jack, because I know I haven't. I pulled it right out of the box and just began jacking away. But recently, I had a little problem with a couple of my jacks here. This one here, it actually, when you jack it up over time, it would lower itself. And the one on the right, well, it felt like the piston was getting a little weak in it. Here's some tools you might need if you're going to do this job. I got a couple of impacts out, some O-rings. You see the oil in the white bottle, some gloves, some towels. And also, what else did I have additionally here is a needle, and I'll show you that right quick here. And what I plan to do with this is grease the wheel bearings on these jacks, because these jacks do not come with the ZERK fittings like the upper quality brands that come at Harbor Freight. But again, you can still grease them if you get this needle. I got a link for this one down here in the description if you want to check that out. Next thing you're going to do, well, the first thing you're going to do actually is just go ahead and take this top plate here off. It's just these 4 simple screws, just like that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They just pop right out. You shouldn't have any issues taking these here out. And then once you get those out, you'll have access to the port down inside. One thing to note here is that the 2 screws in the back side are not the screws you want to open. You want to open the bigger one in the front here. That's the one that's actually the bleeder valve. Next, I'll take my little compressed air, clean everything up nice, make sure no debris get inside of the chamber here. And then once we do this, we can begin the actual bleeding process. You can go ahead and pop that bleeder screw out now so you can have access to the piston chamber. Here, I just did a quick visual inspection, just looking down into the field port, just to make sure that there's nothing obviously wrong or something. It looks a little dry in there, but otherwise everything looks pretty normal to my eye. All right, so now I recommend taking a small funnel, putting that in, going ahead and now begin to fill your jack up. Don't do like I did and just overfill it here a little bit and spill some out, but that's okay. And then once you do that, essentially you just begin pumping the jack, and you go all the way up and down about 10 times just to make sure you get all of the air out. And just all of us, and obviously just looking to make sure that nothing else is happening, but otherwise it should be a pretty straightforward process here. Now you can go ahead and reinstall that bleeder screw, and that's pretty much it for that part. Next thing I'm doing here is I'm just going to go ahead and take this needle, and I'm going to get up under the wheel bearings here and just put some grease in here. And this did make a huge difference in how easy it was to pull my jack around and turn it around. Initially, you might have saw earlier in the video, I had my impacts out. What they were for was I thought I may have to take these casters off and oil them, but again, I did not. I just got right up under them wheel bearings with the needle and just twisted them around, moved them around a little bit, and that just lubed them right on up, and now they're moving right along. Actually, they do put a ZERK fitting on the lifter arm right here. And what you do is just fill it up so you see a little bit of grease coming out the arm there, and that's pretty much it for that. Now, at this part, all I'm doing now is just testing the jacks to make sure that they actually lift up. I did do, I wouldn't say an overnight test, but I just left both of these jacks after I bled them out. Jacked the car for a couple of hours and just let it sit, and there was no issues of it coming down or anything like that. But again, in this part of the video, I just wanted to demonstrate just a quick test to show that the jack was functioning properly and doing its job, lifting the car up and just putting it down, and that's pretty much what I wanted to see. So that's it, guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.